Hey everyone, Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and 5e adventure in the damn it, last stream I missed it. The legally distinct fantasy world of Solasta. Welcome to my Let's Play series where I live stream video games currently twice a week on Mondays and Fridays. Sorry, I was reading articles about the withdrawal of US troops from Afghanistan and what a shit show that is. Welcome to my Let's Play series where I live stream video games currently twice a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. This is episode number 24 of my Solasta Crown of the Magister live play series. Game code has been provided by Reverb Communications. If you enjoy the videos, consider supporting me via patreon.com/RogueWatson. This is probably going to be the final, the end game for Solasta. I did mention in my Patreon update that I'll probably go ahead and keep streaming Solasta tomorrow as like a flex position in case I don't finish it tonight. I think I want to finish it tonight though. I feel like this is definitely the end game we're jumping through. But I've expressed interest, and other folks have expressed interest in having me maybe play around with the dungeon maker or download some custom dungeons. I don't exactly see that community thriving right now, which is a shame, but maybe I can do my part and play through that and check that out after finishing the campaign, which, as I mentioned, I think we're going to be doing on today's stream. Still jumping through the hoops of this kind of end game thing, which is all these different zones. Gone through lava, we've fought fire spiders.
I know kids who do that faster.
Just over here, check that out. Not a whole lot of trap chests in this game either. Seen all of these things before. I had to use too many healing potions thanks to having a cleric and a paladin, I guess.
Okay, you're tough.
God, the camera does not like all these giant changes in elevation. Okay. Whoa, okay, camera. Jesus. Easy, easy. It's a neat environment though, the sideways mansion thing. It's really cool looking. There's a loot pile down there. It's like, why is that even available? No monsters though. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of traps, and they appear to be pretty basic for the most part. It's like your generic, like, mine type traps. You just walk into an area and a thing explodes. Oh no. Flash bolts. And more, ooh, an actual unidentified potion. My word. Is it a different kind of giant strength potion? I never thought that you had to identify potions. I thought that was in the manual somewhere, that you could just like take a nip, kind of figure out what a potion was just by taking a little taste. It is a different kind of giant strength potion. That better than Cloud? I don't think so. 23 versus 27. She has literally like 6 different potions of giant strength. I just never use them. Because curse this action economy. Who wants to sit there and drink a potion on your turn when you have so many other things you can do? But yeah, I can make my strength a 27, which is fun for whatever combat that I need to do. You know what? We'll give the Frost Giant potion to Tim. Hey, Jeff. Yeah, you had a really good idea with
Didn't think you
the
could do it.
maybe streaming some one-offs as like a test. Might look into doing that. Somebody in the Discord, Sam, another patron, recommended a game that I actually did buy last Steam sale, which was called For the King. I might look at doing that. Basically, I'm looking to do what my next Let's Play game is after this one. It's been so long since I had to even think about any other game versus Solasta. And I've expressed interest in doing the next Pathfinder game because obviously it's pretty relevant to have me playing, you know, fantasy-based RPGs. I have a little bit of experience with Pathfinder, not a lot, but obviously it's very D&D adjacent. And it's kind of going to be the new hotness. You know, it's coming out next month in a couple weeks, so that could be a fun thing for me to play. So, just, okay, I mean, I guess I'll get loot. Feels weird to get mostly low-level loot this late in the game. But, I'm gonna need something to play in between when I finish Solasta and when I start Pathfinder. Wrath of the Righteous is the name of the next one. I did not play the first Pathfinder game. I can actually... I don't have that experience.
Nice little warm up.
Right, can I just have one of you loot it?
Yeah.
A silver comb. Awesome. Belay that order. Phoenix, where the fuck are you going? Back here. More potions and scrolls I'll never use. This happened in Baldur's Gate too. I just have fucking bags full of scrolls. I'm just... It's an easy loot table thing to give, I get it, but like... I don't know. I guess if I've got a wizard, I'm not really not gonna use scrolls. I mean... Well, if you are a wizard, you're gonna use scrolls to scribe spells. That's what you're gonna use scrolls for.
I know kids who do that faster.
Manix, not get up here? Oh, You can't, nope, okay. You're just stuck, huh? Oh, you gotta push that thing. Stream some Hades for a couple weeks. Man. I have Hades, but it's on Switch. I'm not set up to stream on consoles. I have played a lot of Hades. That was my game of the year last year. I didn't actually... I completed several runs, I'll say that. I don't know how spoilery I want to be. But I did not complete, like, all the runs it takes to get, like, the most satisfying ending, I guess. So I kind of left it unfinished for the most part, even though I did, you know, beat Hades several times.
You're impressively fit.
Great game, though. But for me to stream it, I'd have to get it on PC and then basically start over, which that doesn't really appeal to me very much because I think I put 20 hours into it before. It's also an intense-ass game. It'd be a tricky game to stream because, you know, when you stream, you get a different atmosphere. Like, I do especially. Like, you know, you don't chat with people and, you know, comment on stuff you're doing. And that game, like, you gotta fucking focus. Like, that takes, like, all of my dwindling gaming power from decades of playing games, which is not getting any better at this point, to succeed at that game. Alright, well that was a interesting little section. I thought we'd at least fight somebody at some point. It's tempting to fight again on Steam. I mean, I've done that with a few games. I can't think of any recent examples. I know Diablo 3 I've bought and played on PC and console. Did not regret either choice. Gotta be something more recent though, that was years ago. A lot of games these days, which is really cool, have cross progression though. Oh shit. I literally fell. Where you can play and then it'll save your progress on a different platform, which is really cool. In fact, speaking of which, Diablo 2, that might be a fun game to stream. Diablo 2 Resurrected, I think it's called. Like many folks around my age, I was obsessed with Diablo 2 back in the day. It came out when I was in high school, I believe. And we were doing LAN parties and playing each other's houses, carrying those big CRTVs.
Artistic note. Not
Good
great.
stuff. Playing Diablo 2. So I have a huge nostalgia for, although Blizzard, you know, sucks right now. They're going through a whole thing. It feels weird to even talk nice about Blizzard. Although on the other hand, like, you don't want to just damn everybody at the company for the problem of, you know, shitty executives. So that's always a tricky situation. There are obviously good people that work there too. The last things devs want people to do is to boycott games and just kind of screw over the entire company. But, you know, they want to hold people accountable. Anyway, God, see, once again, you just can't talk about anything without bringing it down. But Diablo 2, man, I'm excited about that. I think that comes out next month too, doesn't it? Isn't that September?
Nice little warm up.
That was, I think it's in open beta right now. Alright, game, we got some lovely environments, but I'm thinking we need a fight coming up here, right? It's gotta be a fight here somewhere. Really? I'm gonna do what you want me to do. I'm gonna walk right in between all this shit. Look to, oh, just away. Charging heedlessly forward. Heedless. Heedlessly. These are just empty ass areas. God. Come on. There we go. Alright, there's something. I found something.
This is it! The rift!
Is it open again?
Hard to say. I see a bunch of
We're
Sorax,
at
but
cutscene
not the
with our
countless
battle
horde they're
poses.
expecting.
And no god.
The crown!
They're doing it. The damn ritual.
This is it, friends. This is when we make history or die.
Alright, I didn't think we were literally up to the last battle next, so maybe this is it.
Einar, guide us!
Marika, watch over us.
Let's make this bitch pay once and for all.
Let's neutralize this guy.
Let's neutralize this guy. That's your battle cry? They're all crying out for their gods. I'm gonna go medieval on his ass. Oh, I thought that would start combat, but it did not. Now, the best one is some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill. What movie is that from? Somebody knows it. Glorious movie. So it is not putting me in combat. This is a giant arena. You know what? This is the same scene from earlier, isn't it? It's the with the portal, and it was like that one super paladin before. Where are their bodies here? Oh, I'm tempted to short rest right here. Do I have? I still have all my things available, I think. Just to get a few more hit points. Is it gonna let me short rest? That'd be fucking hilarious. Yes! No, I can't say. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Alright, well, let's put everybody into cautious mode and creep forward, because I think I'm too far away. Boy, if I was smart, I would put somebody up here, I guess. I'm not sure. Oh, they've got guys up here, though. Smart of them. Put, like, Mannix. And... on the one hand, I kind of want to keep him near Scarlet. She's got the cool aura. But... I'm going to flank him. Could be a tactic I could use. Quick save. We're gonna try to set some stuff up. So what I'd like to do is poison myself. No, poison. The best poison I've got is just a basic poison. Okay. Apply that to rapier. Okay. I don't think there's any spells I need to cast early. Fortunately, everything good takes concentration, which my best thing is probably going to be to cast a big AoE down there if I can set that up. You guys are going to go forward. And at the same time, would like for you... Well, why it doesn't let me... Maybe I have to be out of combat. Or out of, Alright, I don't know how to set up surprise rounds anymore. Good, Manix, we need you to move up. Just get up there.
Clumsy.
Wow, nice initiative rolls, though. This happened to me last time I tried to set up a surprise round and the game just did not let me. Wait, what is happening? Gold dragon sustaining 100 necrotic damage? Sorry, are there dragons here that I'm not seeing? Slaying dragons to kill your god. How fancy. Alright, well, we're gonna get... I rolled really well on initiative, except for Manix, damn it. God. Wow. Killed him, though. Nice. Okay. That's fantastic. Quick to do that. Oh, we're still hidden. I should drink a Giant Strength Potion. You're right, I should have done that. Damn it. Damn it, I should have done that. Don't think I can bonus attack with my ranged weapon. I think we're just gonna have to sit here awkwardly. Didn't expect that attack to kill him. Yeah, well, obviously I'm gonna drink the potion, but it sucks because that's like the only thing I'm doing. Let's take out the shield then, get some more AC. I guess I should have bonus action something. Speaking of bonus actions, so you don't have any kind of crowd control, right? Tim, I'm kind of... You know what? The game did not give me a long rest before the final battle. Good for it. Good for you, game. You make me have to fucking work for it. I actually do have spent about half my spell slots. That's impressive. We will go ahead and cast the Spiritual Hammer. Not sure. The hammer does not let you attack with the same one it lets you summon with, though. I noticed that. And I can't really cast a full spell after that. DC becomes luminous. We could try that. That would get rid of any of their... That's it. Interesting. Camera angle. It is, yeah. Well, and that's part, no fun. That's what I was saying. What I was complaining about before is the game was allowing me to long rest way too often, and it completely broke the balance. Like I was just long resting after like every fight, and so I was just obviously kicking ass for so long. Pose disadvantage. Didn't need to, I don't think. Well, +7. So that's what I'm saying. I'm impressed that this final gauntlet area finally forced me to do a couple fights without a long rest before the final battle. I was really expecting to give me one. But just in case, I didn't blow all my shit thinking like, hey, they may you know, make me work for it here, so. Alright, is it still worth doing some kind of crowd control spell? Fortunately, there's multiple assassins with the shadow murder. They got the shadow murder, fellas. The shadow murder. Well, can we get him? Damn it. I think 2 is the best. 6. Oh, this guy looks like he might have legendary actions too. The Shar. He's got the crown. Well, what if we shut these 2 down and run after him then? Let's try to do that.
You'll need to do better than that.
Both fail. Sweet. Accomplished. As long as somebody attacks it. What is that fucking thumbnail for the dragon? This is the dumbest looking thing. Hello. You guys seeing this? Looks like a Muppet. There they are. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Black Dragon. Holy shit. You on my side? What the fuck is happening? Why are there dragons here? Yeah, we're gonna counter that. I don't know what spell it is, but I'm gonna counter it. It doesn't tell me either. That's such a poker thing. Did I miss a part of the story? I don't know why I have these dragons on my team, and also why they both took 100 damage. Jesus Christ. Also, one of the dragons just fucking blew up the other one. And also completely negated my hypnotic pattern, because they just fucking killed those guys. What is happening? What on earth? Okay. These dragons fucking hate the Sorax. I have no idea. But I'm gonna let Kethra sit up here and just shoot him with the bow. Ooh, that's a death. That is a death because she's still hidden, so I got sneak attack for that too. Fucking surgical up here. Are there any left? Just the visible guys? Having a rogue be invisible up on the balcony is fantastic. I don't know what's going on. Can't quite reach this guy, son of a bitch. Damn. Obviously, I didn't expect these. No one expects the black and gold dragons. They are the masters of necromancy and abjuration. Okay. I didn't realize they were going to join me in this fight. Yeah. Well, didn't... Okay. Oh. Was the necromancy the guy in the castle that I talked to instead of fought? Or was that the one in the bubble dome? And the gold dragon, I think, was the one that... That was the one I did talk to, was in the ancient library place. Well, that really trivializes this fight. I mean, I assume it's... Oh shit, there you are. There you are, you asshole. Alright, well I want to use this... Oh, I can't see the shit. I can't see them. Okay. I don't know. Turn on your glowy sword then.
Light is with us.
Well, maybe that means something bigger is going to come out of here. That would be pretty funny. I brought dragon to a Sorak fight, and the Soraks brought a god to a dragon fight. Joke's on me in the end. Oh, you had a chance to kill that black dragon. and you fail. So spiritual hammer, see this thing. Caster needs to perceive the target. I cannot apparently perceive you. Have not the see invisibilities. Could turn on spirit guardians. Seems kind of wasteful, but with one person. But we assume this fight's gonna keep going. The spirit guardians have to see you. Oh. Killed the Master of Necromancy, which is not his name on the initiative. It just says Black Dragon and Gold Dragon. Manix, your hypnotic pattern was useless. How do you feel now? Like to shoot this dude with your crossbow. Let's throw a magic missile at him. See if he can shield that shit. He does not. He takes it. Okay. Interesting. Yeah. 18 is a miss. Okay. Were there more allies I could have gotten, or are these just the choices that I made? I feel like you would always get this one, though. She just kind of automatically is happy that you bring that NPC to her and defeats the vampire. Necromant, the Black Dragon, though, that one I think was just because I rolled a really good check that one time, which apparently mattered a lot. Let's keep shooting this guy from your hidden position. With advantage. Shit, we determined 18 does not hit. Oh, the stealth. Okay. The 33 are remain hidden. I'm right, I do. And oddly enough, he's concentrating on the dragon, which obviously, if I was the DM, is not how I would run things. You're pissing off my paladin player by always being out of range. That is dreadfully annoying. Just need 5 more feet of movement. Nothing I cast matters. So I could concentrate on protection for evil and good on myself, maybe. Scarlet drank that frigging Cloud Giant strength potion. Hasn't swung her sword yet. Stop dancing away from me, you fucking asshole. Damn it. It's kind of made this fight not fun. I summoned my hammer, I did all the things, and none of it mattered. Shoot you with a guiding bolt.
Light will guide us.
Disadvantage. There's at least one more somewhere, isn't it? Oh, there's 2 assassins. Dark guys. There he is. Yep, they all want to murder the crap out of that gold dragon. I wonder if it can recharge its abilities. How are they not attacking me? They're gonna attack the 100 hit point dragon, huh? See these guys from here. The other option is I just haste Scarlet, although I'm out of 3rd level spell slots now, but could conjure an elemental. That would be the first time. Interesting. I don't have a choice of water, only fire, earth, and air. Let's grab an earth elemental. First time using the spell. Sweet.
You can take it.
Go, Gold Dragon. You got this. Fortunately, the dragons don't appear to actually be able to fly in Solasta. Oh, I don't get to control my Earth Elemental. And it rolls 2 1s in a row. Fantastic. Wow. That sucks. That sucks quite a bit. Oh, really?
No.
16 did hit. Oh no, she got found out. You go here, can you rehide? No. Oh, they can still see you. About here. No, they can still see you there too. Crap. Can't break line of sight, even though it looks like I could. Okay, what about this spot? Yeah! Hide again. Do the rogue thing. Alright, finally. Finally. This dude is in range of Scarlet. She is so happy. Watch her roll a 1 here. 7 does hit. Let's smite, smite, smite. Ah, the 20! The 20! That's what we saved our smite for. That's what we saved it for. Oh, 24 plus 15 plus 28 might be a record damage here at the end. It feels good. Feels real good. I'd like to thank everybody. Let's see, 40, 52, 67? Feels good. Oh, 19. We're gonna save the last one. Oh, he's almost dead. Scarlet's been waiting for that shit. That's true. I remember I fucked that up twice in Tomb of Annihilation. I had a player summon it in combat, and we're all like, oh, wait a minute, it's got a 10-minute casting time. You should not have been able to do that. We just inflict wounds upon you? If this is gonna... Can Tim get the killing blow? Yes, he can.
Defeat me.
There you go. It's dead. It's dead, Jim. Oh, Paladin's super OP. Paladins are crazy. Hey, you've got good spells, but you could also just turn any spell slot you want into just extra raw damage, and they all trigger off crits. What? That sounds great. Yeah, you also have a pool of hit points you can heal from. What? That sounds great. Yeah. You also get extra attack, and you can wear heavy armor. What? That sounds great. It's pretty great. Would you like to be a paladin? We should all be paladins. Everybody should be a 5e paladin. I'm nervous about blowing literally all my spell slots in case there's like a finale to this fight, but who knows?
Keep them coming.
Keeping a few things. I still have 1 gold dragon on my team. Well. Okay, killed him. Victory!
We did it!
We did it! Come on, there's gotta be something else, right? Thank you for freeing me.
The Magister!
He's coming back to life.
It's good or bad?
What?
The rift! It's open!
No! I thought that was it!
Hold the door.
He said hold! We need to hold!
Against a whole army?
Look!
He's closing the rift!
Protect the Magister! Nothing else matters!
Including our feeble lives. Did my gold dragon buddy just like roll over and die? Hold the line. Alright, I had a feeling there was something else, because that fight was completely trivialized by those two dragons. And the fact that the Sorax completely focused on the dragons, too.
Silent.
Right, so I just have to survive for a number of turns. The Sorax are coming. It also teleported my whole party down here, which is kind of bullshit, because I had good positions up here. Calling a little bit of bullshit on that one. Alright, I've got some spells. We are... Ooh, see invisibility might be handy. Yeah, because you guys are all about that shadow murder. There he is. Right by my hammer. In fact, I could go do this.
More coming your way.
Does not pop him out of invisibility, unfortunately. Ooh, that guy looks different. Sorakath Shikath. I do still have my Earth Elemental, though. And I'm still concentrating on all my spells. Could target you, but I have disadvantage. Still have my super strength. Find out. Oh yeah, there it is. Strength becomes 27. 59 more minutes.
You can't win.
A few mad people on my... Yeah, I remember looking at that list. I mean, I agreed with your picks for sure and why you chose them, but... Yeah, I would put Paladin on the top just because of how fucking strong it is in 5e. Paladin can really do everything. They just have great complementary spells, great attacks. That friggin' aura is ridiculous. Like, I don't know if any class has as good of a thing as like, hey, yeah, just permanent plus to AC for the whole party as long as they stick near you. That is an amazing trait. Still concentrating on Earth Elemental, which I'm already regretting because I could be hasting Scarlet right now. Doing many of the other things he can do. Blindness is the only thing I could do. See invisibility, magic missile, or just throw some shadow daggers. I guess mind twist if I have enough people around me. I think it's worth it. You can't step away from him though. You know what? You're just gonna bonk him with your stick. Cannot see the target. No, you're not gonna bonk him with the stick. Shocking grasp. You cannot see the target. Okay, so is it going to be disadvantaged if I try to use a ranged attack? Oh, weird. Acid Splash is at 2. That's different. Shadow Dagger him then. Makes his +1 a save. What an asshole. You've got legendary actions.
You've seen worse.
How many rounds do I have to last? Hey, I still have a hammer. The hammer! Yes, the bonkening. And we still have Spiritual Guardians. Make sure to get everybody in the Spiritual Guardians. Everybody likes that. Your Cleric is almost out of spell slots, so... would you like to comprehend language? I don't know what else to do here. Divine Intervention. What does that even mean? In this game, what does that mean? Oh, summons Divine Avatar. Wow. But I'd lose my Spirit Guardians. You know I like the Spirit Guardians. Although it doesn't say it's concentration. Let's use Divine Intervention. Failure! That's a 10% chance. I rolled a 74. How exciting. What a goofy ass thing.
Light is with us.
That's such a terrible thing for the DM too. The DM has to be like, okay, you beseech your god. How do I handle that? Alright, Earth Elemental, get up there and kick some ass. I summoned you. What? The fuck? Oh no, look at that. It's like outside of the zone. Oh no, that's terrible. Am I looking at that correctly? It looks like it's like a barrier I can't get past. Shit. I might as well stop concentrating then. What a fucking waste. All the elemental people look bad. Yeah, I think it's broken. I think there's just a wall there. And it can't. I think this is literally what this guy's doing, is making a giant barrier. What was bugged is he didn't get teleported in with my party. That part definitely got bugged. So, not summon, which the hammer did. But the hammer was already up here. Maybe that helped. I don't know. Call of the Night heals 23 hit points. What? Scorching Ray. I'm gonna let that happen. How much damage could you possibly do? 0. That's right. That's right. You're not your Scorching Ray. It's got a plus 16 to hit, by the
while
way.
you can.
Saving 1 spell slot. I don't even know what kind of spell slot it is. You can shriek, but it's not gonna work. I got whiz saves for days thanks to the aura. Alright, so we can officially stop concentrating on our Earth Elemental, which means it's gonna be back there raging. So now I wonder if when this combat ends, I have to fight this fucking Earth Elemental. That would suck. And is it dumb for me to keep hanging on to these spells? Let's cast a Phantasmal Killer on this guy. Oh no, it's plus 6. And he rolled a 19. Jeez. Spirit Guardian's also a broken spell though. Holy crap. It's so damn good. Any spell that doesn't require your action to use is fucking amazing. At least in the future. Like Spiritual Weapon. Tim, would you like to do a bonketing? You know what, Tim? Would you like to drink Frost Giant Potion? Feels stronger than ever. He could sit there and do nothing and he would still be doing amazing because of his Spirit Guardians. Average of 20 damage. Of course I gotta watch this guy be broken behind the enemy lines every time. Sorry I summoned you, Earth Elemental. You just get to watch. Can't reach me, no matter how hard you program. every round, just new guys come in.
You should have fled.
I'll kill them all! Rather you spend your sneak attack on this guy. Oh, a 2 is not good. Oh, a 20
Like
is
that.
much better. Take that. Oh, at some point you lost your protection for evil and good, though. He's going to milk his screen time, yeah. Guiding bolt. We're gonna let that happen. I guess I assumed it was first level, but yep, you missed. That +6 out of here. Fuck off with the +6. What is your spell slot? It's oh, you have 2 level 3 spell slots. Okay. Also kind of saving them for if I crit. If I crit, I will instantly spend one. Oh, the one. Oh, there's the crit. There's the crit. You love to see it. You fucking love to see it. It's just dead. Deadsies. Come on. Come on in. Does anyone run a scenario like this in actual tabletop D&D where you have to specifically survive a number of rounds as additional enemies pour in? Because I'm both excited by that and it makes me nervous just based on how much of a time and slog that would be. But as a DM, you could also adjust the balance on the fly, which would be pretty cool. Not have a whole lot of spell slots left, buddy. Find this guy. +7 save. Manix is doing basically nothing back here. Let it up to the marshals. He will get this shit done. Can I send my hammer up here to bonk this guy? Okay, a hammer can fly, right? Should be able to fly. And Tim can bonk. It's just Frost Giant Potion. And there's our Earth Elemental. Let us pause and think about how I took him away from his family to come here, and ultimately he rolled 2 1s during the only round he was active, and then just sits here to think about what he's done. Where are you going?
Again.
Oh, I can see you invisibly, that's why. He was getting back there to my dude. But she can see, therefore... You will... No, roll a 1. Oh, that almost got him, damn. Only had rolled on the first attack. Scorching Ray and let it happen. 3 misses. Don't care. Let you go up there and burn all your spell slots. I rolled a 2 and that still hit. BT dubs.
I am unbeatable.
Yeah, you kind of are. To literally roll a crit miss to miss this guy. The other question is, do I actually have to kill everybody, or is it literally just a timer? It's like a number of rounds, and the game's like, alright, you win. We shall see. I really can't see this guy, though. Misty Step away. That seems like a weird use. He's got 22 armor class. I think Manus can just fucking take it, honestly. Instead, why don't you just hurl something up there? Nope. +6 wisdom. Big on Dex. Hammer, can you get up there? Get close. Work on it. Sheila, Floss.
Light will guide us.
Yeah, Sacred Flame. Those are Dex. Oh! The Dex was a failure, and I knocked him out of the sky. Which is very nice. And to run up there and beat him up, but also Spirit Guardians. Don't want to leave the rest of my party behind too much. Like, get everybody together. Oh, Earth Elemental. You really are a drag in this fight. Are we ever gonna see like a final boss monster, or is it just gonna be hordes of Sorax? Oh. Speaking of which. Right in the crotch. Oh.
I was right about you. I must go now.
My planet needs
Take
me.
care of Solasta. Take care of your world.
Boss. That was it. So no real final boss. Hordes of Sorax.
And it was done. Never again would so many gods unite their forces to create a passage through the worlds.
Do we know that?
Solasta would remain on Tiamat until the end of times. But his children of darkness had set foot on Solasta and planted the seeds of evil deeper than anyone could have imagined.
World not know evil before them? That's credits roll, and why? I was really close when I stopped last time, wasn't I? Well, I have a lot of thoughts about this game, and you're gonna hear them. Obviously, if you've been watching these streams, you probably know how I feel. I think there's a lot of good and a lot of bad. The good is the combat. That never again. The combat is really fun. It is faithful to 5e, which has to be the first video game that's done 5e faithfully. And it's vindicating to see that the 5e combat works in a video game. It works very well. You know, the bonus actions are there, basic attacks, spells. There was, I think, a little bit of tweaks on some of the spells, you know, but pretty minor stuff for the most part. You know, disengage, like all of that, attacks of opportunity, the grid, everything works well. You know, at least up until what level 10 we had. Oh, that's cute. They have little pictures, everybody. And that's building a game in pandemic times too. I'm gonna do all these calls. The character creation was fascinating in that this has to be the first game I've ever played, first RPG, that lets you build a custom party and also have that party be fully voiced and interact with each other. The closest I can remember would be the first Divinity Original Sin game where you could create two people and there was dialogue, but I'm pretty sure they were not voiced. And didn't have all those cool personality things either. Which is a really cool part of this game. That's how, like, they developed the personality, is through your through your alignment and your background and your class, all of that created those little personality traits, and then they use those traits to create your character's personality. And honestly, for the most part, I thought that was really cool. Like, it felt like, yes, that's how the idea that I have for this character concept, I can see that coming to life. Now, obviously, it's very limited. There's probably only, half a dozen different options for, like, male and female voices. But still, it's a really cool idea, and I think it was, for the most part, pretty well executed, with the caveat that, obviously, there's still limited choices there. Music's pretty good. I think what else I liked. I liked a lot of the level designs. The maps and stuff were pretty cool and really showed off. I keep going back to Neverwinter Nights as my previous like D&D video game experience that was like a faithful D&D game, and that one was very much a kind of the flat, old school top down grid map where it was just room to room and you didn't do any elevation or anything. And this one really went above and beyond that by producing a lot of huge, waterfalls and lava caverns and just all these different, levels and variations of things you could do. It was really cool. On the flip side of that, it was hard to tell on some of these levels where exactly you could actually explore, like where the explorable spaces were versus the invisible walls, just because it was kind of seamlessly all weaved in there. So maybe they could have done a better job of having more, I don't know, whether the texture design or something there to make it a little easier to figure out like where you could all go. The voice acting was fine for the most part. It wasn't like amazing, but neither was it like cringy and awful. There was a few people that I was like, oh, I really hope I don't hear this person too often, but I didn't mind my own characters' voices, and the few NPCs you get to interact with I thought were for the most part fine. The story, oh yeah, not to mention you can pick your stats without rolling. That's true. They really opened it up with how you can do stats. You can roll them, you can do point buy, or you can just fucking pick them if you want. Like, it makes characters overpowered, but it's hard not to do that in a video game anyway, because you're just like, well, I'll just keep fucking, quick loading until I get the one I want. So I kind of get why they did that. They're just like, look, we're not going to try. Like, if you want to impose it on yourself, you can, but whatever. You can roll whatever stats you want. Yeah, so on the bad, the story just didn't excite me at all. Evil orcs, in this case Sorax, coming through a portal, being evil, not having any kind of, interesting nuance there or something. And you had to just get this artifact and then collect the Infinity Stones, essentially, and go around. I mean, there was a little bit of history where they tried to, like, make it interesting with these past events, but it's just too cliche. Like, the whole, the ancient empire and the evil people through the portal, like, none of that really excited me too terribly much. I also didn't feel like this world was very interesting because, like, it's there. You're not doing D&D. So, I mean, you are D&D, but you're not the Forgotten Realm. So that opens you up to do all kinds of different things. And they didn't really do anything that like it might as well be the Forgotten Realm. Like, there's nothing really interesting or unique here that I thought made it. There's still orcs and goblins, for example. Like, you could have, I don't know, done something a little different that I didn't really notice was different or interesting. Weirdly enough, it's a D&D game, and there wasn't really any dungeons beyond the biggest dungeon I can remember, I think, was that Dark Castle, which is like level 4 or 5. And after that, it's a whole lot of just little outdoor areas, and I just feel like all the dungeons were kind of early game, and once you got to the second half, it was a lot of just popping around to all these locations and doing like 2 or 3 fights, and then you were out. Only one Solastan, baby. So I was disappointed there weren't longer dungeon crawls, and I think the difficulty got real bad in the second half. The first half, it was like, oh shit, I gotta worry about rations, I gotta, worry about having all that on hand and encumbrance and all these things, and then, by the time you reach level 5, you get 3rd level spell slots, you can just create food if you're a cleric. You don't have to worry about food anymore, so you can long rest whenever you want. That part of it's gone. And they give you long rest opportunities way too much in the second half of the game. Like, a lot of long rest opportunities. To where it really destroyed the difficulty for me. I was just blazing through all my stuff. So, except for that final fight, which I was happy about. As I mentioned, they make you go through a couple fights at the end without long resting. So, and that made it a little more interesting. Although, if you notice, that final fight was also kind of bullshit because they give you 2 fucking dragons in a fight that wasn't even particularly like crazy hard anyway. They give you those 2 dragons, and then the enemies actually focus fire on the dragons and not the player's characters, which is crazy. And then during that last little survival thing, like, I was not in the least bit of danger. Now, maybe I'm coming in with too much knowledge of D&D, and I could, you know, maximize my hero's efficiency and min-max a little bit, but I don't know. I'm not even think I'm that good with that, and I still just fucking kicked ass through most of those events. The only thing that gave me pause in the late game, I believe, was the green dragon fight, and that's because it flew off and got its breath attack off on like the entire party, and that was nasty. But by the time it did that, it was also almost dead, so that was the only real danger there. So yeah, a lot of mixed feelings. You know, I think it did a lot of cool stuff. I really like the combat and the level design quite a bit. I thought the character creation with the way the personality traits worked and the voices were really impressive. I thought the character models themselves were horrendously ugly. You know, by the end of the game, I got used to it, but it was not attractive enough to where it wanted to do the cinematic, you know, thing of the Mass Effect that kind of made it famous, where it was like pan down to your camera and show them like, you know, like that rather than stay top down. But the character models were not good enough to do that at all, which is a shame, and they didn't even try to make them the least bit good looking in terms of not even like attractive people, but like not look like, horrifying. I hated Carrot Kiflin, the actual town. Just walking around that town was a pain in the ass. The faction system was fine. I was bummed that I never got to maximize my factions. I was hoping to get a lot more items that I could use to give to the factions and make it more of a choice thing, but instead I used everything I found and still wasn't enough. I missed one. I did everything except one side quest. That one that you have to go do the final thing with Arwen by the time I unlocked that, it was the end game, would not let me leave. So I didn't realize, basically I reached a point of no return that I didn't realize I had reached. So unfortunately I ended up not doing that side quest. Otherwise, I think I did everything else. Which was, I'd have to check how long to beat, but I think I was somewhere around 40 hours. Which, I will say, I'm glad this game was not any longer than this. I'm glad this was not a 50-hour game, because it did not have that much content. I was, I think, mostly satisfied with the pacing of the game, but I wish there was less overland travel, less having to go farther to reach points, and more deep dungeon crawling that made me, you know, have those encounters, do short rests, and not get a long rest until I was done with them, especially in the late game. That would have been way better pacing and I think more enjoyable, especially because I think they had, you know, pretty good level designs, and they did light correctly, which I'm not even that nearly that strict on light, and I think most DMs aren't, and it's just kind of hard to keep track of that anyway. But in a video game, obviously the video game can keep track of all that, so suddenly lighting is a big deal. Now on the flip side of that, this game actually uses a lot of enemies that are weak to light, so you can really abuse the crap out of that by just having simple light spells that fuck up all the vampires and those deep spiders and the Sorax. Like, all those creatures are best in darkness, so that's a big exploit you can use. I kind of expected there to be a limited amount of enemies because it's an indie game, and that's something that you have to limit, is how many character, enemy, monster models and animations you can create. So obviously there's, you know, you fight a lot of kinds of spiders, for example, because they can keep reusing different kinds of spiders, goblins, orcs, all those Sorax. So that part didn't surprise me. It is disappointing, you know. It'd be fun to fight, you know, displacer beasts and giants and, you know, different, you know, all kinds of, like, mimics and oozes. Like, it's a shame we didn't get some of the more interesting creatures, but I kind of expected that to be the case, because, well, and partly because they played it safe with their fantasy world. Like, they really just used the typical stuff and didn't really, you know, use the more interesting, like, hags and you know, things that we see in Baldur's Gate 3, for example. Fast travel was a nice touch. That's true. The fact that you could fast travel while on a map, which I forgot a few times, but especially while I was in that castle dungeon, but the fact you could open up... The map looked really good, too. That was something I'll add. You could click that M button, and you get that cool sepia tone that actually showed the different the elevation changes and stuff. That was really well done. I really appreciate good in-game maps are very nice to have. So I did like having that quite a bit, and the fact that you could click on something and then fast travel through the map, oh man, I'm not even sure I would have made it through this game if I had to walk around that fucking city manually, which, you know, I'm sure I did that 20 years ago in Neverwinter Nights and didn't think about it, but now it's just, you know, every single second that a game wastes my time is just infuriating. Just impatient so much for that. I don't want to walk around that, and that, you know, the town was not enjoyable to walk around in either, so I'm glad they have that fast travel be an option. Beholder, dragon, and underwater fighting would all be primo. Yeah, and that's all stuff that probably was on their cutting room floor in terms of like, all right, what can we do? What can we feasibly do and focus on? Obviously, underwater fighting would have been a whole different bunch of animations they had to create. Technically, they did have dragons. They did have that green dragon was a legit fight, and then at the end, you saw there were 2 dragons on my side. I think those are the only dragons I can remember. That one dragon was an illusion. Obviously, there was no flying attack animation, though. Although people could cast fly and then hover, but in terms of having like a dragon flying in the air, there was no ability for the game to handle that, it seems. They were just on the ground as monsters, which that's fine. I kind of expected that too. Beholders would have been neat. Now, they could not... I think Beholder is straight up D&D IP, so I don't think you can actually use that unless you have access to the D&D IP, which these folks did not. They only had access to the 5e OGL, the standard rules document, all that stuff. The stuff that, you know, like Cobalt Press can use, like 5e stuff. So you can't actually use, like, Drow, I think, is... What else is, like, a standard... is a actual D&D IP? Maybe Mind Flayers? I'm not even sure. Maybe some of the gods that they use. I know Beholder definitely is. So you'd have to use, you know, and that's partly what I was hoping, because this is not a D&D game, is that they would use more of their own original creations. You know, we wouldn't just see orcs and goblins, but we just saw orcs and goblins. And spiders. A shit ton of spiders. Which is like the 3rd most common enemy in any RPG, so that part's disappointing for sure. I would have rather seen some interesting, cool, especially as someone coming into this game with prior D&D knowledge, a lot of D&D knowledge. How cool is it to have completely new creatures? Which I think the only ones in here are the Sorax. The Sorax are original, and they were more interesting to fight because I didn't know what they were going to do. You know, the first time they do the invisible shadow murder thing, I'm like, oh shit, they can just go invisible and run up and stab you. Or they've got the spellcaster guys, the big brute guys. Like, it's cool that they created a whole race, a whole faction of enemies with different stat blocks. So the Sorax were, for the most part, cool. The lame part was, you know, it's just another evil, monstrous bunch of dudes, so... Owlbear, that's true. I think that's a D&D IP, so you can't use that one. You have to use a bear owl. Playing video games isn't there yet. I'm trying to think if Divinity has flight, or if... Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has flight. If it has hovering, I know you can do a big jump. I think you can turn on flight and then fly to different locations, so surely you can fly while attacking. It's been a couple of years since I played that one. We've almost made it through the backers. Look at that, I've talked so much. Lot of back. I don't think I actually backed this game back in the day. I'm pretty choosy these days on backing video games. I'll back a lot of board games, though. Board games are fun as hell to back, because you'll get them in like a year. Although right now it kind of sucks, because with the pandemic, the shipping costs are atrocious. So I really feel for the board gaming industry right now, and a lot of indie publishers trying to get their stuff on Kickstarter, and then, you know, people looking at the shipping costs going, holy crap, what's going on? Like, it's out of our hands. You did miss it, Patrick. You missed it all. You missed all of my brilliant thoughts, criticisms, complaints, and praises for Solasta Crown of the Magister. I think I will plan on streaming more Solasta on Wednesday as kind of an epilogue stream. And maybe we'll just mess around with the Dungeon Maker. Maybe we'll play. These are the ones that Tactical Adventures, the publisher, actually created as kind of their sample. I didn't realize I had so many. My goodness. They created a whole series of, I think, dungeon crawls. If I have to make my own party for this, though. Environment, lava caves. Can you actually enter the... This creation, select a party of characters. Can I actually enter the dungeon creator, or is that a different thing you have to start up with? Which means we'll also have to create a new party. So whenever I want to run through... I just want to cancel the adventure. So yeah, we'll probably plan on playing one of these, honestly, for the stream on Wednesday. And after that, I'll look at doing something next. I don't know if I'll put up a Patreon poll or if I'll just decide something. Definitely something small as a palate cleanser, because I've been playing this game for like 9 weeks, I think. And then I am leaning towards, but do let me know, like, in the comments or somewhere, if you would be interested in having me play. I guess the two I'm looking at would be Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, as another big CRPG, which comes out in September, or I could stream Diablo 2 Resurrected, which I think also comes out in September, I think. Those will be the two big games that I would be interested in streaming. Otherwise, I always have a big backlog of indie games, and I love kind of, you know, doing a variety of streams, which is fun. Yeah, Random, I'm glad you just said that. So yeah, I don't have experience with the first Pathfinder, but I do have some experience with the rule set, and obviously I'm a big fan of, you know, tactical RPGs and everything, so that would be in my wheelhouse for sure. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and close this stream out, I think, here. I'll probably make characters off stream and then start, we'll just kind of run through and futz around on Wednesday just a little bit as a final epilogue of Solasta. And we'll start the next game next Monday. So thank you all for joining me for the stream, or if you're watching the recording afterward. If you enjoy the streams and content, please consider supporting me via patreon.com/RogueWatson. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons: Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Wizard, Princess, Christopher, Thomas, Captain Mike, Adam, Aiden, Stan, Nathan, Alex, Chad, Alexander, Dan, Daniel, Cam, and Quizat, Hadorak. And gold patrons: RPG, Papercrafts, Charming Grenade, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Ross, Limp Spuds, Jerome, Scalenia, Nick, Farney McButterpants, Blood Angel, Vornus, Baboon, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, and James. Thank you all very much for your support. I'll see you on Wednesday. I know, I'm worried that the next Pathfinder game is also going to be very, very long. I mean, this one took me 40 hours, and I have precedence for playing games like Bard's Tale. It took me a long time, and my playthrough of XCOM took me like 50 hours also. So the only thing I'm nervous about is just immediately jumping into another long RPG after just finishing this one. But hey, what can I say? I like big RPGs, and I cannot lie. All right, see you on Wednesday.